The Hunt. Before we begin, take a moment to tap like and subscribe. Help more people find these tales of horror. Thank you for joining us for this 5-part series. Now let's get on with the story. What began as a yearly tradition would end in screams and blood. Every October for the past 6 years, 5 friends, Derek, Tasha, Marcos, Lena, and Reed, met up for a weekend hunting trip. They were childhood friends turned adults with busy lives, but this trip was sacred. No distractions, no social media, just rifles, whiskey, firewood, and the crisp bite of the wilderness. This year, Derek had found them somewhere new. A remote stretch of forest in northern Montana. No paved roads, no rangers, just endless pines and a cabin built back in the 1940s. A place where the nearest town was nearly 4 hours away. As they pulled up in Derek's pickup, the tires crunched over gravel that hadn't seen traffic in years. The cabin was still standing, but barely. Paint peeled off like dead skin, the windows were boarded up, and the front steps moaned under their weight. But none of them cared. They were here to disconnect, and this place promised complete isolation. Day 1. After unloading gear, setting up a fire pit, and cracking open some beers, the group started to settle in. Laughter echoed through the trees as they roasted hot dogs and shared stories from past trips. But Lena, always the observant one, noticed something odd. Carved into the bark of several trees near the cabin were crude symbols, spirals, stick figures, and what looked like tally marks. Some were recent, fresh. She showed them to Reed, who shrugged. Probably old hunter signs, trail markers or something. But Lena didn't think so. The cuts looked too jagged, too frantic. That night, as the fire crackled and the group joked about who'd spot the first elk, a sound broke the laughter. Heavy footsteps, slow, deliberate. Derek stood up, holding his flashlight. Probably a deer, he said, scanning the dark. But no deer answered. Instead, they heard a low, gurgling laugh, guttural, like someone trying to mimic joy without understanding what it meant. Reed cursed and pointed toward the trees, but by the time they all turned, there was nothing. Just wind, just cold. The next morning, everyone chalked it up to nerves and whiskey until they discovered Reed's rifle was missing, gone from its strap, which had been zipped inside a tent. And that wasn't all. Circling their tents were boot prints, barefoot, but wide. Toes splayed like claws, and deep enough to suggest someone very large had been walking around while they slept. Derek inspected one. These aren't from last night's hike. Someone or something was out here. Tasha wanted to leave, right then and there, but Derek insisted they were just being paranoid. Could be a prank, locals, or maybe we dropped the rifle somewhere on the hike-in. He convinced them to stay one more night, just one. But that second night would be nothing like the first, because something was watching, and it was hungry.